Oh my gosh, I spent a lot of time on this list. So thanks again for that, Jenna. I spent so much time preparing for this video. Hello, welcome or welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where I talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness. If this is the kind of content that you find interesting, please do like this video and subscribe for more of it. Thank you. This is going to be another tag video today, the one bag per brand tag. This tag was made up by the lovely Jenna Kwok, who also did tag me, so thank you for that. I'm going to link her video down below. And the gist of this tag is that you have brands and you can only pick one bag from them. One bag per brand. That is the name of the tag. So it's pretty self-explanatory. One thing I will say is that Jenna did have Celine as one of her brands, and I don't have any interest in Celine, so I just kind of substituted a different brand there. So if you want to do this tag and you want to replace some of my brands with some of your brands, feel free to do so. I'm going to tag a few people down below, no pressure of course, but I'm really excited to see what you do with this tag if you choose to make a video. And one thing I forgot to mention about this tag is that you cannot pick bags you already own. So that takes away some of the bags I already have in my possession as options. But it didn't say that you couldn't choose bags that you're planning to add to your collection. So I have 7 brands and of course one bag for each brand. I'm going to just start strong at the top with Chanel. Now Chanel is a brand that I do really enjoy, as you can see by my background in many of my videos, but for this bag I wanted to be very specific in what I chose. Now I fell in love with Chanel's vintage bags first and foremost. I fell in love with their 80s and 90s style bags and their quality, so it only makes sense that I would pick a vintage Chanel bag for my one bag per brand. And this is going to be a bag that doesn't actually have a name, but it's this one. It is a vintage single flap with an edged border with the 4 grommets and gold hardware. And it's a bag that I really like and have been tracking down for a while now, actually. It is not yet part of my collection. I'm hoping to add it to my collection soon. So, that's a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, for a future video, perhaps, maybe, but there you are. Now, the reason I wanted this bag, aside from the fact that I really love vintage Chanel quality, is because it's a beautiful black bag with gold hardware, and it would act as a really good day-to-night bag for me. The strap length on this particular style in the medium size is long enough to be on the shoulder and crossbody, so it's a really awesome bag that you could just kind of use in a variety of situations, and because it's a vintage lambskin leather, I would not be as concerned about wearing it in public, you know what I mean? So that's brand and bag number 1. The next bag on my list is Louis Vuitton, and this is a bag that is also discontinued. It is the Damier Bean Sienna in the MM size. And the reason I picked this bag is because for Louis Vuitton, I really wanted a canvas piece that would be durable, that I could use for work. And I wanted something that would be big enough to fit my laptop or my iPad, notebook, planner, all that sort of thing. And I wanted a bag with a strap that I could wear on the shoulder if I needed to, and a top handle. So the Neverfill is a wonderful bag. A lot of people adore it, obviously, but it's an open bag. The Sienna has a zipper. It's only on the shoulder. The Sienna has a long crossbody strap, and the handles don't really work as handles. Like, you can top handle it, but that's not really what it's designed for. It's designed to be worn on the shoulder. So for all of these reasons, that's why I went for the Damier Bean Sienna MM, and I also wanted it in Damier Bean because it doesn't show wear as much with the treated leather as opposed to the vachetta leather. And just, it's a really good all-round bag. And the fact that it's an older bag also means that I'd be getting better quality. So that's why I picked that one. Brand number 2, bag number 2. Next is Fendi, and I don't actually own any items from Fendi yet. I don't know if that's going to change anytime soon, but Dale from Dale's Addiction has really been turning me on to the Fendi Peekaboo, and that's actually the bag that I chose this time. I chose the Fendi Mini Peekaboo in the black with gold hardware, and I picked this because it looks like a very good regular everyday bag. The smooth Napa leather is a little bit concerning to me, but bags are going to get wear on them. That's just how it is, so I would try not to worry about it too much. It is a beautiful bag, and I like how versatile it is, and from what I've seen on YouTube, it really can fit a lot and can be used in a variety of different ways. So I don't know, it seems like a really good bag. And the reason I wanted it in black and gold hardware is just because I like that combination. And I like that it's kind of a top handle type bag. So I have my shoulder Chanel bag, and then I'll have the Fendi top handle and crossbody and all that sort of thing for a little bit more of a casual bag, I think. Next is YSL or Saint Laurent, and I'm going to go for the medium college bag in the gray with silver hardware. I'm not sure what this color is called. I could only find it on Harrods website, and it's not listed as a color, it's listed as a number. I think it's asphalt, but don't quote me on that. It's a gray, and I really like gray. It's one of my favorite colors along with blue for anything, but bags too. It has to be a certain kind of gray. I'm not going to get into it right now. I did not like the college bag at first. I thought the top handle kind of looked really weird, but then I tried it on in person in store, and I really like the size of the medium a lot. And I love the convenience of the top handle. I think it fits a decent amount, and I really like the chunky chain for the shoulder carry. And I think that the gray color is just a really good neutral that I could kind of use anywhere. Speaking of blue being my favorite color and blue bags being something that I have too many of, perhaps. The next brand and bag is Dior, and the Dior bag that I picked is the medium Lady Dior in the indigo blue gradient with the flap top. That's a bit of a mouthful, so I'm glad that I finally got this take right. The reason I picked this bag is because I really do like the Lady Dior. I have a, not dupe, but a bag of a very similar style in my Coach Rogue 30. The Lady Dior is a little bit smaller than the Rogue 30, and I kind of like that size a little bit better. And I like the top handles more because they fold down and whatever. But the Lady Dior medium size is a really good size and a good everyday carry. I like that you can crook of the arm it as opposed to the My ABC Lady Dior where you can't quite get it to the crook of the arm. And I picked the flap top because I greatly prefer the flap top to the zipper because the zipper makes it so difficult to get into the bag. And I don't like fussing if I can at all help it with accessing my things inside something that's supposed to be functional. It's a beautiful blue, and I originally was thinking about the pearly lotus bag, the pink one with the beautiful iridescent pearly sheen. I love that one a lot, and I'm very partial to pink bags. I've actually noticed this about myself, but I don't own any. I've never been able to bite the bullet about actually buying a pink bag. I think I'm kind of scared of the color and trying to introduce it into my wardrobe as opposed to darker colors and neutrals and burgundies, which are easier for me to style. I don't know. I'd like a pink bag one of these days, but I think I have to pick and choose which one I would go for. Back to the indigo blue gradient. It's really, really beautiful, and I like the size, I like the style, so that's the one I would pick for Dior. Next is Gucci, and this is probably a bit of a silly choice, but I've been looking at this bag ever since it came out, and it is the Disney Gucci collaboration, the Donald Duck mini shoulder bag. I think this bag is so cute. And I'm a huge Donald Duck fan. He's one of my favorite Disney characters. He does a lot. He tries very hard, considering his situation, the fact that he's taking care of, 3 of his orphan nephews, and clearly he lost a sibling somehow to be taking care of his 3 orphan nephews and also having to deal with his Uncle Scrooge. Anyway, I really like this bag. I think it's adorable. I like that it's really fun. For Gucci, I kind of think of the more fun and out there styles. So I just think it's a cute bag, really fun. I love the design. I love the little space theme and the cartoon stars and stuff like that. So I've been looking at this bag a lot, I will admit. It's not an unreasonable price for Gucci. It's under $1,000, $990 plus tax, which considering Gucci isn't bad. And I think it's a really cute collaboration. So it's something I've been looking at a lot, but I don't yet own it, so it can go on this list. Now the final bag brand is probably something you all guessed, Hermes. And for this bag, I'm not going to go with a bag that I'm actively looking at, partially because I don't want spoilers. Instead, I'm going to go for a more dream idea. An Hermes Birkin or Kelly is not on my radar right now. Just I'm not in a situation or a place where I could do that, and I don't even have an Hermes boutique where I am, so I couldn't even start a relationship to pursue a Birkin or Kelly. But if I was going to pick a dream bag from Hermes, it would be a Kelly 25 or 28 in the Vuitton in Togo in one of their brighter colors or one of their grays. And Hermes does beautiful bright colors. Their blues, their purples, their greens. Any one of those I'd be pretty happy with. Their anemone is really gorgeous. Their bamboo. I love all of those brighter colors. So if I was offered one of those bags, I'd probably go for it. I really like the Vuitton style, even though a lot of people do not. They prefer the Cellier. I actually really like the more slouchy shape of the Kelly. I think it looks a little bit less stark. And I'm not a super stark person. And if I would get a Kelly, I'd want it to be a bag that I could use often as opposed to just a dress up or dress down. And I know that some people can rock a Cellier dress down. Absolutely. I am not that someone. I just happen to like the Vuitton better. I really like the texture of it, if that makes any sense. And I would prefer Togo, although I wouldn't say no to Swift. I just prefer a Togo leather. I don't want Epsom. I know that. I don't love the texture of Epsom, and I don't love how it looks, especially on the less structured bags. so I wouldn't want an Epsom, but other than that, I'm pretty flexible. Obviously, I'd be pretty flexible. It's a Kelly. So for that, yeah, just like a bright color or maybe a gray, like a dark gray. I don't know if I'd want a blue. I don't know. I honestly, Hermes has so many colors that I didn't want to put too much more prep into figuring out colors because, oh my gosh, I spent a lot of time on this list. So thanks again for that, Jenna. I spent so much time preparing for this video. So there we go. That is my 1 bag per brand, 7 brand tag from Jenna. I hope that you enjoyed this video. What did you think of my picks? Was there any one that particularly stood out to you, or you think that my picks are absolutely ridiculous? Not sure about the Disney Gucci Donald Duck one. Please let me know. I'd be really interested to hear what your thoughts are. And of course, please do leave a comment down below with your picks as well. I'd love to hear what your 1 bag per brand would be for whichever brands you chose. If you like this video, please do give it a like because it super duper helps the algorithm, and subscribe for more content because it helps the algorithm even more. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, welcome or welcome back to Classics with a Quirk, where I talk about contemporary and luxury designer items and brands with a touch of silliness and sometimes a cat. Shh.